So HTML 5.0 cheat sheet PDF available. HTML 5.0 latest 2019. If I just click on that option, HTML 5.0. So document summary, you'll have HTML tag, you'll have head tag, you'll have title tag, you'll have again base tag, you'll have something called meta tag, you'll have style tag. Then we can see the example of each and everything, how we can use a simple HTML body tag, how we can implement simple like a document tag for defining some data under the head. I think we use script tag, correct? No, we use script tag, we use title tag. Okay, document structure, so you can use H1, H2, H3. These are the 6 different variations of your HTML heading we can use for presenting your headers with a standard font size. Okay, div is another element which we haven't discussed. Oh, span control. We have used paragraph. I think we use line break. We use horizontal line. Have you seen? So using this, can I create a simple HTML page? Yes, it shows me. Tomorrow you want to do one thing, you want to go back in this application, I want to show some data using like a bold, italic. So we got something called bold keyword. Okay, you can have something called emphasis tag. You can have something called italic. I want to show my text in the form of italic. Underline U. Oh, I want to show my data in the form of like a format that is something called tabular format or something like a inserted tag. Can I just go back and define some information using like a in the form of like a quotes? Can I show my information in the form of like an abbreviation, like we are giving like a quotes for that thing? Can I define my email address and everything by using like an address tag? If I could see some example, I may find some example. You can get an example here. So what do you find? href. I think we use href, no? Oh, we use anchor. Yes, anchor tag. Image tag we used it yesterday. Oh, we have got shape tag also. If I could just look on, we have got list. I think we use order list. Remember, we use order list. And order list will contain your li. We tried that. But again, there's something called dl, dt, dd. If I just go back and see, I can get some example here. Oh, form. I think we use form element, correct? No? Yes, form action method. But we did not use other attributes for the form. Pattern, autofocus. We also have got something called select. Single selection. Oh, we can create a table also. Table tag. Under table tag, we may have something called caption, t head, t body, td, tr, table row, table head, table definition. One example has been given to you. I can have a concept called iframe to show content as a separate pop-up window. Iframe is used for that. Embed attributes. Oh, do you want to organize your information in the form of like a paragraph, and those paragraphs will be represented properly? So can this whole information like news you read on website page, so they have been organized by using like a proper cells. So can I organize my information in the form of like a cells? So I think we have got something called HTML 5.0 new tags available. Header tag, footer tag, main tag, article tag. I think these tags I can use to create my blog page. If I just go back further, I think I could find maximum use tags has been represented here. It is called a cheat sheet, correct? No? Tell me what exactly the thing is going on in your mind at this moment. Sir, we are going to have practical exam and you are going to give us case study. And by reading this case study, we are supposed to use those tags and design this application. But sir, how do I remember all these alt tags? And how do I remember this all kind of syntax? It would be very difficult. Why? Because here in this HTML, what you are learning, in HTML, in CSS, the HTML syntax is slightly simple. The syntax, the grammar is low or grammar is less. But what you have it under HTML? You have a lot of HTML elements which are given inbuilt. So if I want to know all HTML elements, That means I need to know that. That means can I say you will have vocabulary? Yes, sir. Vocabulary is large. So if you remember, whenever we talk about something today in this word, now your syntax is getting small and your library is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Bigger and bigger and bigger. And every 1 month, every 3 months, every 1 year, every after 3 years, this is getting extended. So previously it was just like HTML5, it was only HTML. Okay, we were using HTML from almost 1990 time when, okay, Tim Berners-Lee, correct, no? He introduced a concept called hypertext markup language in 1990, and the world got totally changed, and people started presenting information using this HTML syntax on the internet by creating their own web pages. From that time I'm talking 1990s till somewhere 2005 time, almost 15 years, HTML elements was fixed and we were only using these HTML elements. But after 2006 or 2007, I don't know exactly, we got a new extended version of HTML. We call them as HTML 5.0, where we also use existing HTML elements and we also got some new HTML element introduced. Okay, good. And some of them would be like a normal thing, whatever I shown you, but you might have something called section, you might have something called article or like that way. Plus you also has got some kind of concept called canvas. What is going on here? This library is getting increase and increase and increase. And what is the problem lot of developers are facing? Developers cannot remember all those HTML controls. This is the one reason why developers do not like HTML. Okay, and they always underestimate HTML, and they say HTML is one of the bhangar programming word because they want to remember a lot of things. But who said you need to remember? You always have, whenever you are going some kind of web application development, you are doing something of web applications working part, you can always go to Google, you can always search that element, get more information, find some kind of syntax and modify the code. You know, our job is not to test our brain. Our job is to effectively use those HTML elements properly for creating interactive pages. So please never ever try to remember every syntax of HTML element, but at least understand, at least go through what are the different types of HTML elements are available. How do I use it? You need to explore, and this exploration can be done by you. Instructor can only show you, but you have to go through each and everything. How do I go about learning those library? Library तो आपको खुद develop करना पड़ता है. Right from your childhood you learn one thing. You learn basics of English. But your teacher have always emphasized on vocabulary building. So everybody need to build their own vocabulary on that language. If you're learning Marathi, शब्दकोश आपको पढ़ना पड़ेगा. If you want to go for English, you need to have a dictionary, and in that dictionary you need to take that number of different types of spellings and remember those spelling. So this is the way you keep growing your maturity in the language by understanding more words and reusing that word in your day-to-day life. And they say now I am proficient in English, I am proficient in Marathi, I am proficient in my own Bengali language. So like that way, if you want to become proficient as a web application developer, you need to do more practicals, you need to go through elements, you need to try and see that examples. So that is only been possible by hands-on, not by theory. So if you want to go for that, you can always come back. I'll share this file. You can also get that file. Okay, no? I'll share this link. Where's our chat window? So today information is not inside the book. Information is inside the internet. We should know how to search information on internet, and we should know how to read that information to its effective way and apply as early as possible. If you do not apply information, information will be vanished. We are volatile memory people. Okay, no? Coming back, I share the link about that page. But I said that how do I go about this learning? Simple thing. W3 w3schools.com. W3 Schools online web tutorials. Now any particular HTML element you want to learn, you just select the option called learn HTML. And fine, how do I use headings? HTML headings. Can you get, I want to get heading like this. I want to get heading like this. How do I do it here? So you can use H1 to HC like this. So you can just go back under the code and just take the syntax and you can see how exactly heading will look like. Oh, I want to use paragraph. Can I just click the paragraph? So every individual element, how it is supposed to be used, what is the syntax of it, you always get it here. So this is used for defining paragraph. So you can use P and /P and in between you keep the information. I want to go back further. I want to use colors. Can you select HTML colors? I would like to show different kind of colors. Okay, no? If I want to show different kind of colors, I think these colors will be defined by using some kind of syntax. Can you get here? Colors will be defined by using some attribute. So how do I define a color? I can define a color for my program. So if I just go back to my existing application on which right now I'm working. So currently I'm just working on my application here. So I'm using my HTML pages. Okay, I'm trying to see how do I learn HTML elements which are out of the box available. Unless until you don't know those particular elements, no, you will not be able to make a decision which element should I use and which element should not I use. We are trying with catalog, correct? No. So under the catalog we tried something. I would just like to one thing. Can I add one more extra page here? Add new page. Tryout.html. I'm creating one tryout.html page. Under the tryout.html page, let me define my HTML syntax. HTML will be always terminated by using /HTML. If you do not properly terminate, your rendering will not happen. This HTML will always contain head. This head is always going to contain some extra attributes. So under this head, be careful about the spellings. You can just define something under head. I think we defined last time. We can define the title. Title is the attribute available, HTML element available, which will define what title like to specify. Okay, no? Title. You can write here simple thing. HTML tryouts. Try to see where this information will display. You can also go back. You can use some other kind of thing like script, no? And for the script, you can define what is that? Type. Yesterday we tried, no? Type equal to, you remember? Text / JavaScript, and then we use one attribute called src, and you may link some file from your script folder, and might be the file which you want to link here. I don't know. I hope I written some file here which I want to link, client side or something, or I may just go back and add one more extra file here. Under this JavaScript file, something called hello.js, and I link that hello.js, hardly simple kind of code, console.log hello client side JavaScript. Okay, and now I would like to link that file. Remember yesterday's syntax? You just come to your newly created file, tryout.html file, and just link that file. Which file? Which file? hello.js. This is the way you are linking our script block, and under the script block you are terminating properly. Now this is the way you define a lot of extra attributes. We'll learn within 2-3 minutes now. Under this, I would like to say that every HTML will have body. The body will be terminated by using /body. Yes. Java developers, .NET developers, IoT developers always give less importance because they find this very simple syntax. But when the practical exam is set for this web technology, they score a very low mark. So what I want to do here. Last time I used H1. Listen carefully. Last time I used H1. And in that H1 I just displayed hello world. And I like to display something more here. Correct, no? CDAC Pune. Here I like to define something. Okay? Internet of Things. If I just define this simple word, listen carefully. If I just define this simple word, It's a plain text in a black color with standard font will be displayed. Okay, you know. But I wanted my header will be shown by using tomato color. My paragraph will be shown by using some different color. So you always find your every HTML element will contain some extra attribute. So I would like to add some concept. Every HTML element, which is a library of those particular elements, if you want to understand, we need to understand the structure, the grammar of that particular element. What is the grammar? It says HTML element is defined by name and attributes. क्या बोला मैंने? Attributes. Listen carefully. We will have attribute. If you don't mention, default attribute will be applied. If you don't mention something, a default back color will be set. If you don't mention, default font will be applied. Default style will be applied. But I want to change the style of that particular hello word. So if you always see H1, H1 is an element, and this H1 element will have some kind of extra attributes which are not visible, but they're already there in the library. Do you want to override that attribute? So every attribute is represented by using key value pair. Your documentation says, Ravi, just do one thing, go back under this code and do a small thing. What? Please go to the header and try to write something called style. Use a keyword called style. Style is a keyword is associated with every HTML element. Using that, I can change the color attribute to the tomato. The color attribute for paragraph, I would like to change by using something called toggle blue. I wanted to change the Internet of Things by using some different kind of color. Okay, you know? Yes, we can really do that thing. So I'm trying to show you inline style. So style is applied. Now once this style is applied, can I see the output? Let me just complete this part. So let us run this application and see what is really going to happen. Oh, let me just do one thing. Whenever try out HTML file will be click, I think we wanted our start page is which page? Index.html page. So can I go to the index.html file and link this file? Colon, copy. Even if you don't link, you can directly type the name of that file also. What is that file I would like to try here? Tryout.html file. Sorry, spelling wrong. Tryout.html file. Show here, tryouts. Tryouts. So whenever my actual Node.js server will start, the Node.js server will also contain JavaScript files and also contain this particular HTML files. And whenever I just run this code, Control Shift C file, Control Shift C. Okay, I'm typing here word node web server.js, enter. I hope things working fine. Go back and launch your browser. Type the URL. The tomato color has been used for hello world, the blue color has been used for CDAC, and the Internet of Things has been shown by using like a green color. So did I change the appearance of my HTML element? See the word I used here. Did I change the appearance of my HTML elements? Yes, I did. How did you change that appearance of HTML elements? I changed the elements attribute by going for something try.html file and using a keyword called style. Correct, no? So what we are trying to do, we are applying the style to your HTML element. I said that we are applying the style to this HTML element. So this style I given at the element level here itself. Like that way, every HTML element will have different types of attributes like a style. Okay. Different types of attributes are available. So we really need to have a documentation. We really need to find some official documentation, or we need to go for w3school.com site and might find this information. Can you look here something called style? HTML style. So I just come across there is something called HTML style. What is style? The style is an attribute. Listen the way I said. Yes, the style is an attribute. Used for what? Adding some different styles such as color, font for your application. So you can really go back and use your tag name, and for the tag name you define the style, and the style will contain property value. This is a syntax. So what is the property? Color, font, width, height, and what is the value you like to specify? 10, 20, red, green, blue. So this is the style concept. In our word we call them as CSS. Correct, no? So this style, if you just see the example given here, we are applying something here. Have you seen something here? H1 doesn't have set the some style. For paragraph there is no style has been set, they are plain. But if we are trying to set the style not for only H1 this element, we can also go back and set the style for our body. I can try to set the property something called style. Background color is equal to powder blue is some kind of values there. So if I just go back and refresh my page and see the output, what happened? You really have the background of your body is getting changed to your powder blue color, and other attributes are applied for every elements with the different kind of color. And this is the way we are trying to change the appearance of your content. Your content is nothing but your HTML element, and the content's appearance is represented by using its key value pair. Can I just go back and do something here? I just change this value and write here something called sky blue. I'm just trying, okay? Sky blue. Once I change the value something called sky blue and refresh my page. Oh, fantastic. I get a sky blue color. Oh, that means I need to know what are the possible values I can specify for this particular thing. Now you may add something here called as dark red. Dark red. Now if I change the dark red value of my background, you might see something got changed. Oh. So it looks very very interesting. Such a simple way I can change the color of my background. Such a simple way I can change the color of my font. Such a simple way I can change. So I just need to know which attribute I'm working on it. This is the style you're changing for the body. And on the body, you have kept different HTML elements. Okay? We call as a style is applied. But this is going to add a lot of styles like that way. Can I just go back and add one more thing here also? I'm just adding one more thing. Below, I would like to add one line break. Line break. And again, I want to use H1. H1 as HTML element header, where I want to display some data. Slash H1. And here I like to specify some information. Something called welcome to beautiful web page. That is the data which I want to set it here. So when I run this program, H1, but I did not set the style. If I do not set the style for this, for time being, let me remove the style from my background. That will create a very not good contrast UI. Refresh. What did you observe? This hello world H1 is displayed by using your tomato color. This has been displayed by using your normal black color. So I wanted to see one thing. Is it possible I can also set the same kind of color for my H1 for this also? Yeah, you can. You just do one thing, come back to the code, and the way you are written the syntax here, put it here. So when I just take same style attribute I specified for hello world, same thing I specified for welcome to beautiful page, and when I just see the output on the screen, both are getting worked out. What will happen if you have got a lot of H1 elements within a web page? So during that time, it is going to be the case that you have to really go back under the code, and inside this code, we have to write every time this H1 like this way. So can we improve the readability of this H1 properly by keeping only H1 element and defining the style somewhere on the top? So I could just do one thing. If you have this kind of requirement, you just do one thing, just come across here and try to do something. What I do, can I just go back under this body, and under that body I'll write something called style. Style. And can I define the style? And under the style, can I just go back and define only for H1 set this particular style? So can I define a uniform style for all H1? So if I just go back and try to see my browser which I'm using and try to see styles here, so this is what you are trying to apply the style at the control level. But we can also apply that particular style not at the control level, but we can apply the style as a separate element on the top of it here. So if I just scroll somewhere, styles to be applied for my application. So this style is called CSS style. If you want to find the CSS style, can you just look around here, something called HTML reference and all things. Otherwise you get CSS here. Styles are cascaded style site. If I select cascade style site, I'll get CSS in thing. So as I perfectly said, you just do one thing. The kind of style you like to apply for your H1, just do one thing. Go back under your form, your code, and whatever style you write under that style, you just define this information. Just define this information. So wherever you find H1 element, for all H1 element, I wanted the text will be center line, or I want the text to be changed as a color. What is the color you like to apply? I want to apply the color. That color will be something called tomato. So I'm just going to set here H1 color attribute will be tomato. Curly bracket complete. So cascaded style sheet is always written like this way, and that is going to be kept under what? Style. Now if I have written the style here, can I also do the same thing for my paragraph? So can I also go back and do one more thing here? I can also go back and write here comma, and write here again one more thing. What is that? The way you can find, we have seen under this particular form being stored, you say this thing paragraph, and for that paragraph you define how you want the data to be presented. So I want to apply paragraph. So paragraph I want to apply. So I just write here again paragraph, not this, just paragraph P. And when I just get the P, what do you want to do for the paragraph? I want wherever the paragraph will be applied, for all paragraph you will use a color. That color will be something called as darker blue. So I may do one thing. I can just copy this darker blue here as it is and put it inside under this particular JSON style structure key value pair. So wherever you get a paragraph, you always set this thing. So if I do that particular work, can I comment this code for time being? Because you might require this reference for your reference. So I'm just commenting this whole kind of lines of code which I added here. This is the way you can add comments under the HTML. You can just take this simple kind of code. You can just go below and put that code, but this time don't specify style. So tell me right now the kind of HTML elements I'm trying to show you. In that HTML element, just like a plain HTML. They don't tell me the visual appearance of that control, but the visual appearance of the control has been separately kept in a separate block. That block is called style block. So anybody who read that, I think the readability of your HTML element is still maintained, but the extra data about them has been kept it separately under this particular body. Can I see the output of this? Can I just do one thing? The hello world and the welcome to beautiful page. I do not want to show tomato color. I want to use like a dark red color. So if I want to change the dark red color of that both the head, I can just go back and change a word. What is the word I used last time? I like to make it here something called as nothing but your color medium sea green. So can I just take this medium sea green value and replace my tomato value by using this? So I just change the value at one H1 level here. Wherever within HTML page H1 has been applied, everywhere the changes are going to be reflected. Separation of concern, or making your HTML element code mix up with a lot of styles attributes, and the whole programming, the readability of that particular program will be lost. So you can really go back and you can define your own kind of CSS as a separate. Okay, so you can put the CSS at this body level. So under the body, wherever it finds that H1, H2 paragraph, the things are going to be applied here. I can also go back and make certain changes inside this area. So this is what we call, I'm using a block. CSS is a language used to describe the style of the HTML document, how your document will look like. I said appearance. CSS describe how your HTML will be displayed. cascaded style sheet. And if you want to apply, it has got something called as a selector, body, key, property, and the value which you want to apply. So you want to apply for body, you want to apply for H1, you would like to apply for paragraph. You just do one thing, go back and do one thing, just write the style, and then you write your body content. So in this case, have you observed the kind of code they are trying to show me? That actually in my case, what happened? This style I kept it within what? Body. In this example, where the style has been kept? Inside the head. So do you want to apply this style for the complete HTML document? So if you want to apply this style for the complete document, you just do one thing, take this style block from here and put it inside head. See, it's working. It's a best practice to use proper indentation. Can I see the output? Yes, working. So you can really define a style. You can keep that style within a document. But actually, we also have a concept. You can keep this style in a separate file whose name will be as a CSS. And we call that something called as code behind file. So can we have our style sheet defined in a separate file? That separate file, my dear friend, we call them as dot extension dot CSS file. So there are chances I do not want to apply the CSS here. I want to apply the CSS externally. So if you want to apply your CSS externally, we would just do one thing. We'll write a separate CSS file under this particular block, the way you written script block. Okay, no, I may go back and again I will create one more extra block folder under my public folder. Can I give the name for that folder here? Something called as CSS. And under that CSS, can I just go back and add one more file? Okay, transflower dot CSS. And if it is going like a transflower CSS, so whenever transflower company is going to have a number of HTML pages, for all transflower company, I want to set the CSS. So I may go back under this and try to do one small thing. Whatever style I kept it in my tryout file, can I just take all and shift it inside the CSS file? So I can write a separate, see, very good. I can write a separate CSS, and under that CSS, I'll keep all those things. And how do I link that CSS? I can link that CSS within my document under this block. So this is a one simple syntax I use it here. Okay, no? Otherwise, you do one thing. See the way I'm trying to put the comment, the way I'm trying to keep the information. These are inline CSS, you can call them. Okay. Or if you do not want to go for inline, then we go for external CSS. And if the external CSS is going to be like a separate file, there might be some link available. So even if you just go back, I'm trying to tell you how you can take advantage of your this kind of document. You know, so syntax of CSS. Property value, property value, h1 will be a selector. If you want to link that thing, you can link that thing itself by using some kind of attribute, you know. So when I just go back and CSS, I may find how do I link my CSS. If you want to link your CSS, I think you can do one thing. What is that, a link? No, if I'm not sure, if I external CSS, if you want to link, you just come across inside this area and try to use a block. I hope it is a link. src. I forgot the syntax of linking your CSS file. Anybody know? Can somebody help me? How to link external CSS within a code? Okay. See, after having 20 or 22, 23 years of experience, even Ravi Tamde also forget the syntax. So should I think about my capability? Questioning my capability? No. If you have internet, why you are wasting your time? Might find some link available how to link that particular external CSS. You just do one thing. We have to do something called a linking part. So you can just find somewhere. So if I just go back, I don't know, I can search it here. I'll just come across here and use link, LINK. link. So when I use my link link, I will use link is the element available under HTML document. Word is called relation, relation, REL. What is the type of relation you like to associate? I would like to link a file. As what type of file? I like to link that particular file as a style sheet. So I'll write here something called style sheet. Style sheet. After writing the style sheet, STYLE style sheet, I want to define what is the type of it here. So type. Last time we had written the type as a text slash JavaScript. This is my file which will be a CSS. So the metadata, the content type will be something called text slash CSS. And once I write that thing, now my last parameter will be here something called href. Give that reference which you want to link. So you can just use the link. Remember what is the folder? CSS folder. Under the CSS folder, what is the name of the file? Transflower.css file. And this is the way I complete my link using inline termination slash like this. Yes. So JavaScript files are linked like this, and CSS files are linked like this. It is syntax of HTML. And once I apply it, now see here, now this is no more going to contain the CSS here, but the CSS is kept in separate file. So can I run this file again? So if you make these small silly mistakes, you are going to end up with frustration. And lot of people end up with frustration because of their typo mistakes, because of this huge library, and because of mixing of lot of technologies. Okay, you know? Before we'll take a break, but let me show the output first. Applied. Still I am not getting. Can शायद मेरा लिंक का स्पेलिंग गलत होगा. सबको लोगों को बोल रहा हूँ कि you are going to make a typo mistake and I am doing my typo mistakes. Yeah, the job of instructor is to show what are the kind of possible errors student will face during practical, so that the trainer time will not be wasted for that. You can have multiple JavaScript files. Like that way, we can also link multiple CSS file. अभी तो एक ही CSS है. We may add number of CSS as a separate thing. तो can we really apply a concept called separation of concept? Yes, separation of concept में यहाँ पे apply कर रहा हूँ और अलग अलग चीजें काम कर रहा हूँ. तो इतना मेरा वेबसाइट मैं इसे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करता जा रहा हूँ. यहाँ पे HTML होगा, यहाँ पे images होंगे, वहाँ पे pictures होगा, यहाँ पे CSS होंगे, and this is the way the work is going to be carried out.